To the course Database Management System. Myself, Muhammad Asifuddin Mondol, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Narula Institute of Technology. And this is lecture number 18 of this particular course. And these are the topics which I am going to cover during my lecture. First, I will discuss about the join operation, how and why join operations are required. Then I will discuss the three type of join operation: left outer join, right outer join, and full outer join. I will discuss each one of them in detail. So what is join operation and why it is required? Suppose in a query we need to select and display set of records, but for displaying the records we need to combine the information from two relation, not a single relation. Up to that point of time in SQL query, what we have done for displaying result, we actually access a single relation. Suppose consider an example. Suppose this is the single table student, ID, name, address, department name. Suppose we have to display the name of all the students who belong to a CSE department. So for that query, what we have to do, only we have to access a single relation student. So how to write that query? Again, I am repeating, we have to display the name of the student who belongs to a department CSE. So to access that query, to execute that query, only we have to access a single relation, and that is student relation. And the query will be select name from student where dept underscore name is equal to CSE. That means to execute the query and to fetch the record, only we have to access a single relation student. But most of the time, it may, in practical situation, it may appear that to execute a query and display the result, we have to access more than one relation. That means only a single relation is not sufficient to displaying the result. We need to access more than two relations. Means we have to combine the records from multiple relations. Then we have to use the join operation. For example, display the ID and the name of all the students who got HS marks greater than 75. So, and again I am repeating, displaying the ID and the name of all students who got marks in HS more than 75. So the last clause is that who got marks greater than 75. So in that case, if you only access the student relation, you will not able to get which student got above 75% marks. That means to get the information about which student got the above 75% marks, we need to access another relation result apart from student. So in that particular query, we have to access both the relation student as well as result. So first we have to combine the information from student and result. So we have to access student and result, both the relation. In that case, we have to use the join clause or join operation. And again, go back to the previous slide. And this is just for an example. I will discuss how to write a join operation. So join clause or join operation is used to combine the information from two or more relation or table based on a related column between them. Based on a related column between them means when we are going to combine two or more relation, then we are going to combine based on a particular column or based on particular attribute which is common to all of the relation. Means based on common attribute we are going to combine. So how we will do that, we will explain it later. Now three type of join operations are there: inner join, left join, or it also known as left outer join, right join, it also known as right outer join, and full outer join. So inner join, it also known as join, then left outer join, right outer join, and full outer join. So first, what is inner join? Inner join actually returns records that have matching value in both tables. Graphically we can represent it that way. Suppose if this is table 1 and table 2. Consider that table 1 is the left side table, and table 2 is an right hand side table, and this is the intersecting part and the common part. So inner join, if we perform the inner join between table 1 and table 2, then we are getting this portion as a result. This portion as a result means we are getting the records that have matching value in both the tables, means the common value, the common records which common records means the records which appears in both the relation in table 1 and table 2, only that value will be selected. Definitely that selection will be based on common attribute, means the attribute which is common in both relation. Next, move to the left outer join. It returns all records from left hand side table and the matched record from right side table. And this is the graphical presentation of left outer join. So that means table 1 is the left hand side record, left hand side table, and table 2 is the right hand side table. So if we do the left outer join, that means it return records, or it display the records, all the records from left hand side table, as well as it will display the records which is common in table 1 and table 2. That means this section is the common section that will be displayed, as well as all the records from left hand side table, means all the records from table 1 will also be displayed and selected. So this is known as left outer join. As the record, all the records are selected from left hand side table, that is why it is known as left outer join. The next, the right outer join, it is just opposite of left outer join. So right outer join return all record from right hand side table and matched record from left hand side table. This is the graphical presentation of right outer join. If we perform the right outer join, then all the records from right hand side table, means all the records from table 2 will be get selected, and it will select only it will also select the record which is common in table 1 and table 2 relation also. This is the common part and this is the right hand side part. As it selects all the records from right hand side table, that is why it is also known as right outer join. And then full outer join. Full outer join means it returns all the record when there is a match in either left or right table. And if you look at the presentation of full outer join, means we are combining all the records from both side of table, means all the records from table 1 and all the records from table 2 and the common part, all are is going to be selected in full outer join. So that means in inner join, in left join, as well as in right join, in these three type of join, some value are missing. In inner join, only the common record which belongs to both the table are selected, so this portion and this portion value are missing. Similarly, in the left join, all the records from left relation and the common part of table 1 and table 2 are selected. That means rest of the part of table 2 record is missing. Similarly, right outer join, all the records from right hand side table and the common record from both the relation are selected. That means a majority part of the record from table 1 is also not selected and missing. So inner join, left join, right outer join, actually they have a drawback that we are missing some portion of the value. In the left join, we are missing the value from left hand side, right hand side table. In right join, we are missing the value from left hand side table, and inner join, we are missing the value from both left hand side as well as right hand side table. So to overcome this problem, to overcome the missing value problem, missing record problem, we are using full outer join. Here no value are missing, all the records from table 1 and table 2 are selected and displayed. So how we are going to implement, how we are going to use all these join, we will discuss in later in this lecture. For an example, consider these two relation. student which have following attributes: id, name, address, department name, and result is another relation which stores the HS marks and BTech marks of corresponding student. So first we will discuss about inner join. As already I have mentioned, inner join is also termed as only join operation. So this is the general syntax: select column names from table 1, then we have to write the clause inner join. Then, as I have mentioned that inner join is performed on more than two table, here we are going to perform between table 1 and table 2. How to write inner join table 2 on table 1? Then the condition you have to specify: table 1 dot column name is equal to table 2 dot column name. Just we have specified that for doing the any kind of join operation between two relation, what is the must condition is that both the relation means the participating relation should have common attribute in them. Suppose in that example, suppose in the syntax, suppose column name is the common attribute. That means the column name attribute suppose belongs to both the relation table 1 and as well as table 2. So based on the common attribute and based on equality on the common attribute, we are going to perform the join operation. So select column names from table 1 inner join table 2. That means two relations are participating in a join. One is table 1 and another one is the table 2. We are performing the inner join operation between table 1 and table 2. And we are performing the join operation on the basis of equality condition on common attribute, which is the column name is the common attribute. And we have to mention the table name also. Table 1 dot column name equal to table 2 dot column name. Now take an example. Suppose we have to display the ID, student name, and the corresponding HS result and BTech marks also. That means for that query we have to access both the relation. If you go back to the previous slide, you have to display ID, name of the student, and their corresponding HS marks and BTech marks. That means to execute that query you have to access the relation student as well as relation result. So first you have to combine the information from relation student and result. So in relational algebra chapter we have already explained how to combine the information with the help of natural join and Cartesian product operation. And in natural join operation, what we have done, we have combined the records. How to combine? Each record of student relation will be associated with every record of result, and then after getting the temporal relation, we are going to select only those record based on the common attribute which appear in both the relation. In that case, ID is the common attribute. So based on equality on the attribute ID, we are going to the select the specific record which for which the records appear in both the relation student and result. Now how to write it in inner join operation? So first we have to write down the select keyword. Then we want to display ID. Now ID belongs to student relation, so we have to specify the table name dot operator ID. So student dot ID comma student dot name. Then we have to display HS marks, and it belongs to result relation, so result dot HS marks comma result dot BTech marks. So these are the attributes against which we are going to display the records. So these are listed. So select all these things. From where? From we have to mention two relations, from student as well as results. So from student and result, but in student and result, on these two relations we are going to perform inner join operation. So from student inner join result, that means we are going to perform inner join operation between student and result, and we are doing the inner join operation based on common attribute. In that case, common attribute is the ID, and we are going to perform the equality operation on the common attribute. So how to write that? On student.id equal to result.id. If that particular condition, that means if we perform only that part, from student inner join result, and that part means it is correspond to the Cartesian product operation. Means every record of student is going, each record of student is going to be associated with every record of result. So a huge set of record will be generated. Among them, only we are going to select those records for which the ID is common for student as well as result. That means this is the filtering condition. That means only those records will be selected for which the record belongs to both the relations, student as well as result. So select student ID, student name, result HS marks, result or BTech marks from student inner join result on student.id equal to result.id. The next topic is left join, it also known as left outer join. The left outer join returns all the record from left hand side table, means the table 1, and the matched record from right hand side table, means table 2, and the result is null from the right hand side if there is no match. And this is the syntax. Select column names from table 1 left join table 2. That means we are performing left join operation on table 1 and table 2, and as usual the condition is we are performing the left join operation based on equality condition on the common attribute. So common attribute is column name. So table 1 dot column name equal to table 2 dot column name. So equal to should be there. So the left join, right outer join, full outer join, all are going to be performed based on the based on equality on common attribute. Let's take an example. Student relation is the result relation, but I have made a slight modification in dataset. Is that suppose C1 is the ID, student Rohit Sen belongs to Kolkata CSE, and I10 ID name Rahul Roy Kolkata, whose department is IT. These two, suppose these two information is already there in the result in the student section, and their corresponding HS marks and BTech marks record is also stored in the result section, result relation. And suppose few days later, suppose another student join in the CSE department. That means his record is added to the student relation. Is that ID is C2, Sumonde is the name, belongs to Howrah and CSE department. So that particular record is inserted recently, for example, in student relation, and his corresponding HS marks and BTech marks are not with us yet. That is why we are, suppose we are not able to insert his corresponding HS marks, BTech marks in the result relation. So that means the record of Sumonde is present in student relation, but his marks related record is not present in the result relation. Why? Again, assumption is that the student joined recently in the CS department, but his marks detail is not with us. That is why we are not able to insert that particular record. It may happen in real life situation. Now, do the left join operation. Take an example. Same query. Suppose we have to execute same query as the previous one. Means we have to print student ID, student name, and their corresponding HS marks and BTech marks. Now, what we have done in inner join or join operation is that we are displaying and selecting, we are selecting and displaying the records from student and result for which there is a match in the common attribute. Means common attribute is ID. So C1 is here, C1 is here. So in case of inner join, I am discussing now inner join. In case of inner join, if we perform inner join on student and result, then what happen? It will select those record for which the common attribute is same. So C1 is common in both the relation, and that in student against a common attribute ID, C1 is present in student and C1 is present in result. So that particular whole record is going to be selected. Next, for the attribute ID C2, that particular record is not going to be selected because the ID C2 is not present in the result section, only those records will be selected for which the common attribute value present in both the relation, but C2 is present in student but is not present in result. So this is not, so that particular record C2 Suman De Haura CC is, that record is not going to be selected. Now I10 Rahul Roy Kolkata ID, that record is going to be selected or not? It will be selected because the ID value I10 is present in student as well as it present in result relation also. So that record I10 Rahul Roy Kolkata IT 7884, that whole record will be selected. In case of inner join operation, so what happen if we do the inner join operation? Rohit Sen record and his corresponding marks, Rahul Roy's record and his corresponding marks will be selected and displayed, but the record of Suman De is not going to be displayed in the result. So that means we are missing with that particular value. So to overcome this problem, we are performing left join operation. How to do that left join operation? Select student.id, student.name, result.hs marks, result.btech marks. It is as usual, we have to mention all the attribute for which you want to display the data. This is the normal. Then you have to specify the relation on which you want to perform left join. So from student left join result, that means we are performing the left join operation between student and result. And as usual, the condition, we are writing the condition with the help of on. What is the condition? Equality condition based on common attribute. ID is the common attribute, so student.id equal to result.id. Up to that point of time, don't consider ordered by clause. Only suppose the query is ended here, so only consider this one. So left join means what happen if we perform left join instead of inner join? What happen? Just go back to the previous slide. In left join, what will happen if we do the left join? All the records from left hand side relation will be selected. Student is the left hand side relation, so all the records C1 Rohit Sen Kolkata CAC, C2 Suman De Haura CAC, I10 Rahul Rai Kolkata IT, all record will be selected. And if there is a corresponding match in ID in the result section, their result will also be selected. And if the corresponding ID of student is not present in the result section, then their corresponding attribute value of result is set to be null. That means output will be C1 Rohit Sen Kolkata CAC and corresponding mark 75-79. This is the one record. Second, C2 Suman De Haura CAC. Then HS marks becomes null, BTech marks become nulls. This is the second record. Third record, I10 Rahul Roy Kolkata IT, corresponding marks is 78-84. So that will be the whole record. So in case of the record C2, as the matched record is not present in the result section, so for that record the corresponding attribute value of HS marks and BTech marks becomes set to null. That means we are not missing any value from left hand side table. All the records are selected and displayed. And extra part is that order by is the clause. It's just simple for displaying the result in certain order. Order by student.name means after getting the result, we are displaying the result in ascending order of them, ascending order in their name. This is not a new thing. This is the main part. We are performing the left outer join after getting the result. With the help of order by clause, we are just displaying the result in ascending order of their name, is nothing else. The next is the right outer join. It is a right outer join operation, returns all the records from right hand side table and the matched records from left hand side table. The result is null from left hand side when there is no match. And this is the general syntax. Select column names from table 1, right join table 2 on table 1 dot column name equal to table 2 dot column name. Again the selection condition is same. We are selecting first we are combining the information, then we are selecting based on equality on common attribute which appear in both the relation, and instead of left join we are going to perform right join, and right join is just opposite of left join. And this is the example. Suppose student relation, result relation are there, and again the same scenario is that C1 student is present, I10 student is present, and their corresponding marks is also present in the result section. And suppose the Suman the student is newly joined, but his marks is not present in the result section. And suppose, and let me modify the result relation. Suppose we have added another record I11, HX marks 81, BTech marks 89. Now what is the significance is that suppose another student whose ID is I11, I means it the student is from IT, his corresponding marks is recorded in the result, but somehow his corresponding student name, address and department name is missing in the student relation, means the data entry operator who is inserting the updating the student relation just somehow forgot to insert the record. So that means the student record of I11 is missing in the student relation, but his corresponding marks record is present in the result relation. Then if we perform the right join operation between student and result, what will happen? Objective is same, you have to display student ID, student name, and their corresponding HS marks and BTech marks. But in that example, suppose we are going to perform right join. So what happened? So select student.id, student.name, result.hx marks, result.btech marks. From student right join result means in this time we are performing the join operation, performing the right join operation between student and result. So right join, and again same on student.id equal to result.id. So up to that point of time, what will happen if we perform the right join operation? In that example, which one is the right hand side relation? The result is the right hand side operation of right join. So this, if you consider right join is the operation, left hand side relation is student and right hand side relation is result. So result is the right hand side relation. In case of right join, what happens? All the records from right hand side table, means from all the records from result table will be selected. So all the records from right hand side table will all be selected, means C1 75 79, I10 78 84, I11 81 89, all will be selected, and their corresponding ID and name, these two attribute from student relation is also will be selected, for which their corresponding record is present in the student relation. For example, C1 record is present in student, so their corresponding ID and name will also be selected. So the first record will be C1 75 79, C1 Raidson Kolkata. So what will be the output? It will come in that order: first attribute name ID, second attribute name, third attribute is the HS marks, fourth attribute is the BTech marks. So first record is this one, that the C1 is present in result as well as C1 is present in student. So that record, to whole record will be selected. So output will be C1 Rohit Sen 75 79. Next, for I10, this will be selected and there is a corresponding matched value in student relation. So what will be the output? I10 Rahul Roy 78 84. This is the second record. And third record, as I have mentioned, all the record from result, all the record from right hand side will be selected. So the last record is I11, that is also going to be selected, but the corresponding I11 value is not present in right hand side operation. So their corresponding ID and name value will be padded with null value. So third record will be null. For against ID, value will be null. Against name attribute, value will be null. Then 81, and then BTech marks 89. So that will be the result of right outer join. So that means what is the important point is that all the record from right hand side relation is included into the result section. Means no record is missing from right hand side. The record is missing only from left hand side. C2 is missing, but all the records from right hand side is included in the result. And as usual, order by clause is used after performing the right outer join operation. Order by clause is just displaying the result in ascending order of their name. The next is full outer join. To overcome the missing value information which inner join, left join and outer join is experiencing, the full outer join overcome all this problem of missing value. Full outer join combines all the information from left hand side table and right hand side table, and definitely full outer join potentially return a very large result set. And this is the general syntax. Select column names from table 1. Full outer join, instead of inner join, left join or right join, we have to write full outer join table 2, and again on table 1 dot column name equal to table 2 dot column name, and then where condition. So not required though. Suppose this is the relation, we have to display ID, name and their corresponding HS marks and BTEC marks. And if we do full outer join, how to write? Select student dot ID comma student dot name comma result dot HS marks comma result dot BTEC marks from student. Full outer join result on student dot ID equal to result dot ID. Then what happen in case of full outer join? All the records from student, all the records from result will be selected. If the corresponding record of student is not present in result, then corresponding attribute of result relation will be padded with null. Similarly, if the corresponding record of result record is not present in the student record, then the attribute against the student record is padded with null. So what will be the result? Read it out. C1 Rohit Sen, corresponding record is present in result, so it will be C1 Rohit Sen 7579 is the first record. Second record C2 Suman De, but no corresponding record is present, so corresponding HS marks and BTEC marks will be padded with the null value. So C2 Suman De null. Next I10 Rahul Roy 7884. So that is the final result. That means total record is selected. Just let's modify the student result section. Suppose another record is inserted I11 82 88, but corresponding record is not present. So if we do the full outer join, so this record is also be selected. So the next record, what will be the next record? The corresponding record of I11 is not present in students, so the value against ID set to null, value against name set to null, so null, then 80 to 88. So how many records will be there in full outer join? 3 from student, and out of 3 C1 I10 is common, so total record C1 for C1, for C2, for I10 and for I11. So total all 4 records will be there in the result of full outer join. That means all the no value is missing. All the record from student, all the record from result is get selected and displayed. No record is missed out in that example. And these are the references you may go through. Apart from this, you may go through the W3 school website for more details about the join operation. W3 school is also a good portal from where you can learn the SQL also.